Yeah, I think the Oilers are way overdue for getting a goalie. Now, listen, the Oilers lost in a shootout tonight, right? A lot of that had to do with this guy right here. We're not going to crash out. We legitimately can't crash out on opening night, right? That just can't be a thing. I don't think we are allowed to crash out on the first game of the season. I just don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair to the fans that are, tuning in and pretty chill overall. But at the end of the day, the Oilers had a 3-0 lead that they absolutely threw away to the Calgary Flames tonight. And yes, the Flames had their looks. Stuart Skinner made some saves. He made a couple saves in overtime. He made his saves in the shootout. The Oilers could not bury one on the power play in that overtime, but we should have never gotten to that overtime. Now, we can talk all we want about Stuart Skinner. The discourse surrounding Stu on this one. A lot of fans are going to put 100% of the blame on him. A lot of fans are going to not do that because a couple of those goals were pretty fluky. The first goal against Noah Phil, it goes off of his leg. It goes under the legs of Stu. That's a tough one. That's one of those fluky ones. Happens a couple times a year. You're kind of sitting there. You just kind of like shrug your shoulders. You're like, that's a tough one. The Oilers still have a 3-1 lead. Don't worry about it. 3-1 lead. Uh-oh. Well, Edmonton takes a penalty. And then Connor McDavid hits one out of the air. The Oilers cannot come up with possession. A shot from Kadri is knocked down in front. There's just a crazy mix of bodies in front of the net. And the puck comes to Zari. It flips up. Zari hits it in a downward motion. They reviewed it for a high stick. Now, Flames fans, you're not going to agree with me on this. And I don't blame you. We can be homers. We can, be happy whether our team won or lost. Obviously, your team won. GG's, by the way. Little handshake. I don't agree that was a goal. I think Connor McDavid's stick was over the crossbar. There was a couple camera angles that they showed that, to me, at least in my opinion, clearly showed the contact with the puck was made above the crossbar by at least a couple of inches. It's not like I thought it was right at crossbar level. No, it was like significantly above the crossbar. Couple angles specifically where I did not think that should have counted. But they counted it. Okay, fine. You're still up by one. You're in the driver's seat. You're up by one heading to the third period. You are a Stanley Cup contending team. You're a team that just won the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row. You are a team that other teams are working their ass off to try and beat. They want to prove to you that they can beat a Stanley Cup contender. And you know what Stuart Skinner does as a Stanley Cup contending goalie? Oh my God. He does this. What is this? And I already know the media in Edmonton is going to put blame on Bouchard. Oh, why didn't Bouchard grab that? No. That third goal against is 100% on Stuart Skinner. There is absolutely no reason for him. Look at this puck. You either play it or you hold on to it. You do not leave the puck sitting in front of you for the opportunity for an opposing player to come in and hit that through your legs. And Stuart Skinner standing there. Oh, let's just leave the puck right there. Let's just leave it in the open and then just see what happens. This is where Oilers fans are frustrated because so many of us have been screaming at this organization to get a true number one goalie. How many number one goalies are doing that? Do you think Sergei Bobrovsky is making that exact same play? Jeremy Swayman, do you think he is making that play? Anthony Stolarz in Toronto. Is he doing what Stuart Skinner did tonight? Jake Ottinger, Thatcher Demko. Are these goalies doing what Stuart Skinner did tonight? How many goalies are doing that play where they just let the puck sit at their feet and they just stare at it? And then they look at their defenseman like, hey, Boosh, do you want it? I'm not going to play it away into the corner and protect my crease area. I'm just going to let it sit there. How many goalies in the NHL are doing what Stu did tonight on that one specific goal? We don't have to blame Stu on the first two, but it's those backbreakers. It's those goals where the team, you can feel it. You can feel it deflate the bench. You can feel it deflate the team. You can feel it deflate the fans in the stands. Oh my God. Imagine paying $400 to watch that tonight. Goodness gracious. Listen, like I said, we can't just, it's the first game of the year. We're not going to fully crash out, but Saturday night against the Vancouver Canucks, That's the Oilers' next game. It's Saturday. Stuart Skinner likely gets the start. And the team in front of him also needs to keep playing. The Oilers, 3-0 lead. You blew it. You lose in a shootout. I don't consider shootouts to be anything other than a bona fide skill competition. If you win or lose in a shootout, that's not something that I'm very concerned about. I legitimately just don't care about shootouts. Yes, Stu made saves in the shootout. Congrats. Good job. It should have never gotten to a shootout to begin with, Stuart Skinner. Good job on making saves in the shootout, though. I'm very proud of you. It's the saves and regulation that we need. It's specific plays like this where you're sitting there and you're like, why is this goalie? Why is this goalie like this? Why does he do this? Why does he do this? And it sucks because I thought the Oilers had a couple of really good performances tonight. Nugent Hopkins had 3 points. McDavid had 2. Draisaitl had a goal. His 400th of his career. Why are we not talking about Leon Draisaitl's 400th career goal in the NHL? Why does Stuart Skinner make us have to talk about him? That's the problem with Stu. That's the problem with the goaltending in Edmonton. It always comes down to the goalie that is in the crease for this team. The narrative is always in the crease for Edmonton. Why can we not just focus on other things? Draisaitl scored his 400th goal in the NHL. That is awesome. Congrats to Leon. Andrew Mangiapane, his first goal as an Oiler. Yes, love to see that. An absolute snipe. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scored. He had 3 points. David Tomashek, his first point in the NHL. That is awesome. A great play to Leon on that power play. Nice backhand pass. But because of Edmonton's goaltending, that is the narrative. And that is frustrating to me. That is annoying. And yes, it's the first game of the season. Some say I'm overreacting. Whatever the case is, it happens, right? The Oilers lose in a shootout. We're going to quickly go over the edge visualizer for the 3 Oilers goals. We'll go over the 3 stars. There's going to be so much to talk about in the day after tomorrow. Also, if you tune into the live stream tonight, thank you so much. This was the first goal for Edmonton on the power play. McDavid works it down low to Draisaitl in front to Nugent Hopkins, and he stuffs it past Dustin Wolf. Just stuffs it. Look at the shots on goal, by the way. 35-22. Right, let's just take a look at the shots on goal there. Just letting everyone know what the shots on goal were tonight. Nice goal from Nugent Hopkins. McDavid, Draisaitl, their first points of the season. McDavid coming off that incredible team-friendly contract. Mangiapane, his first goal as an Oiler. He keeps the play alive. McDavid walks in, spins away from trouble, sends it across to Mangiapane. Mangiapane, he shoots the puck over the glove of Dustin Wolf. An absolute snipe job. That made it 2-0 Edmonton. In the second period, Leon Draisaitl, he makes it 3-0 halfway through the period on the power play. Nice job by Bush. He'll send it across to Nugent Hopkins, down low to Tomashek, and then Tomashek on his backhand. He finds Draisaitl, and Draisaitl's not going to score an easier goal in his entire life. An absolute tap-in. Beautiful goal from Leon. Nice pass from Tomashek. First point in the NHL. Love to see that. Gridden scores on a fluky one. We'll take a look at the edge visualizer on this. Nurse pinched up. That's fine, but the Oilers were making a change, right? And listen, Gridden with the puck. The Oilers have numbers. Look, it is a 1-on-3. You have number 27 coming in as well. You have Kadri in the high circle here. Darnell Nurse is back. Gridden throws the puck. He's trying to find number 27 across the ice. It goes off of Noah Phillips' leg and under the pads of Stu. I consider that a fluky goal. We do not blame Stu on that. That's a fluky one. That happens. That's a bang-bang play off of a leg and in. That's unfortunate. Poor Noah Philp, poor Stu. That sucks. This goal by Connor McDavid, though, this is the one that was high-sticked. This is the one where I don't entirely agree that it should have been a goal. The league reviewed it. They said there was no conclusive evidence to overturn it because the call on the ice was a goal. Everyone on the ice, by the way, for Edmonton immediately was like, hey, that's a high stick. They reviewed it. It was not a coach's challenge. It was an NHL review. It was an official review. So the Oilers, they didn't get penalized after the review. It's not like they were the ones that challenged it. They said it was a goal. I don't agree. Flames fans, I know you're going to disagree with me on that. I'm taking my stance. I don't think that was a goal. This is the goal right here that really bothers me. This is the one. Puck is just sent in on Stu from the red line. There is now right here, right? Flames are going for a change. You have Bouchard. You have Ekholm. All you have to do, Stu, play it in the corner or hold on to it. You see Coleman coming in with pressure. Stu holds it. Uh-oh. Coleman just puts it in the net. And Evan Bouchard's looking at Stu like, Stu does this. Or not Stu, Bouchard. He's like, and I don't blame him. I would be doing the same thing. What the hell are you doing? Anyways, doesn't matter. In the shootout, Draisaitl scored. Frost scored. Nobody else on Edmonton could score. Nobody else on Calgary could score. Nazem Kadri eventually gets the game winner. Calgary hit a couple of posts. I'm not really sure what the logic was for a couple of the players that the Oilers put into the shootout. Very unfortunate. If we take a look at the penalty summary, Frost delay of game, Tomaszek had a tripping call, Klapka hooking, Tomaszek high sticking, Nugent Hopkins hooking, Klapka hooking. Then you had Trent Frederick. Oh my God, we haven't even talked about Trent Frederick. All right, 3 stars of the game. Nuge, 3 points. Grin, 1 goal, his first goal in the NHL. Leon Draisaitl, 2 points. Love to see that. And if we take a look at the box score, what is Stu's save percentage tonight? Let's take a look at Stuart Skinner's save percentage. I'm just curious. Haven't taken a look yet. Nuge, 3 points. Draisaitl, 2. McDavid, 2. Tomaszek, 1. Mangiapane, 1. Trent Frederick, I thought was just completely useless on that top line, but I'm not going to say anything just quite yet, all right? Not going to say anything yet. Regula's a -2, but I do not blame Regula at all. That is nothing that happened tonight was Regula's fault, in my opinion. It's just on Stu. 864 save percentage, 3 goals against on 19 shots. I love to see that. Now, if we take a look, what was I going to look at? Expected goals, all situations. The Oilers, once they made it 3-0, it was all Calgary. Calgary with a ton of opportunities. They took over in the third. Oilers weren't really able to get anything going. They had the power play in the overtime. They weren't able to beat Dustin Wolf. By the way, what was Dustin Wolf's save percentage? What's Dustin Wolf throwing up there? Oh, look, a 914. A 914 save percentage. Can you believe it? And for Dustin Wolf, right? Positive goal save above expected. A positive goal save above expected. We take a look at Stuart Skinner, negative goal save above expected. This is, again, it's not all on Stu. 1 goal for sure is. Shootouts are a crapshoot. I don't care about shootouts. It's frustrating. It's a frustrating loss, but the season is underway. The Oilers get at least a point. They have an opportunity to keep building. And we haven't even talked about a move that the Oilers made mid-game. It was literally the first intermission. The Oilers announced that they signed Jack Roslovic. So Jack Roslovic for the Oilers here. Let's see if I have any. I don't have a tweet saved, but the Oilers signed Roslovic to a 1-year, $1.5 million contract. I'm just going to quickly put his stats up on the screen here. I think this is an interesting signing for Edmonton. He's a right shot center. I don't know who you bump out of the lineup. I don't know if you make a trade. We will talk about this trade tomorrow in the day after discussion. Carolina Hurricanes last year, Roslovic had 22 goals. He's a 2-time 20-goal scorer. He's usually good for 12. Looks like 12, 10, 11, 12. He scored 20 goals twice. 2-time 20-goal scorer. He had 39 points, almost 40 points last year for Carolina. Had 4 points in the postseason in 9 games. With the Rangers in 23-24, had 8 points in 16 games. 8 points in 19 games for the Rangers. Very interesting pickup for Edmonton. It does make their forward core very, very interesting moving forward. I do think they probably have to make a trade at some point. Of course, by the time you watch this post-game fan reaction, they may have already made a trade that I am not aware of, but we will talk about that in the day after discussion tomorrow. I think that is a very interesting pickup for Edmonton. If you tuned into the live stream tonight, thank you so much. Your support means the world. If you did not tune into the live stream, that is A-okay. I'm going to be doing live streams all season long. The next one is going to be Saturday against the Vancouver Canucks, the first hockey night in Canada of the season against Vancouver. That is an 8 p.m. local time start here in Alberta. And the season's off and running, folks. The Oilers trying to find a way to hold on to 3-0 leads. You cannot start the season up 3-0 and lose. That's crazy to me. But again, it's the first game of the year. We'll let things play out. I'll give Stu another opportunity, right? I think as fans, you got to give him, let's see what he looks like after 10 games. Small sample size. We'll call it a small sample size, okay? Day after discussion tomorrow. Friday, not sure what we're going to have up on the channel yet. We will figure that out. Saturday, pregame report, live stream, postgame fan reaction against Vancouver. Cannot wait. Thank you all for your support. We hit over 7,500 subscribers tonight, an absolutely incredible milestone. And to celebrate that milestone, I did give away a signed Evan Bouchard rookie card on the live stream tonight. If you missed out on this giveaway, don't worry. I will be doing more giveaways throughout the season to give back to the community. I also have the Austin Hockey Pool, the second annual Austin Hockey Pool. I will leave a link to that in the description. Anyone that wants to join, it is free to join. Top prize, just like last year, the top prize is a jersey of your choice, team of your choice, player of your choice. From yours truly. It is free to enter. You do not have to pay a single dime. This is my opportunity to give back to the best community on the planet. So thank you all so much. Also, the Jays beat the Yankees. Let's go, Jays. That's good news. We'll see you in the next one, okay? Tell someone that you love them. And as always, fight like a kid. Fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers. Keep the conversation going in the comment section. I want to hear from you at home. What do you think of the game tonight? We'll see you soon. Take care.